I'm Tom MacGuinness, the owner and founder of Horseware Products. I started Horseware Products in 1985. Excuse me, a little bit heady today. Just got off the plane from Miami. I know I still haven't popped. So it sounds like I'm talking in a box to me. I'm probably an exception here to the people who are here today. A lot of you are academics, or you're developing products in an academic environment. We're not. We're probably the world's leading manufacturer of horse blankets. We are the world's leading manufacturer of horse blankets. We employ 750 people. We sell about $50 million worth of blankets a year. Put that in context, we sell around 750,000 horse blankets, and 500,000 of those are turnouts. So guys, I have the tubes, I have the channel, I can get to the people. We have manufacturing plants in China, Cambodia, in Ireland. We still make all the top blankets, the top Brambos in Ireland, believe it or not. And we have a plant in the USA as well. So why would we be here at a tech conference? Well, we always like to be first. So this is the first tech conference, and Dave's very persuasive, you know, very persuasive lad. We were the first guys to use hydrophilic coating, first guys to use ballistic nylon, first guys to make a blanket without a back seam, first guys to have a blanket that didn't fall off. The way they used to look like that. In fact, that was a good blanket when I started. And that's what we have today. We're famous in the industry for innovation. We're always the first guys to pass the post, innovation-wise. We've won 5-6 times more innovation awards than any other company in the industry. And I don't think anyone would dispute that we are the most innovative company. So it really, that's all our stuff. About 500,000 square feet between offices and warehousing worldwide. We sell over the world. You can see here what we do. We win a lot of stuff. I didn't see these before now, but so this is a Rambo rug now. It's gone from that to this. So it's got so much stuff in it. It's breathable. It's got leg arches. It's got safety features. It's got hoods. It's an amazing piece of technology, and it still costs less than £300, most of them. In fact, you wouldn't even buy a ski jacket that only measures about that much there for that. In fact, horses, we had hydrophilics on horses, waterproof breathable in 1991. It took the ski industry another 10 years to figure it out. So, imagine 2-3 years ago we said, well look, let's make a rug recommender, let's make an app. It's a big app, sorry. Because we had to introduce a liner system into our blankets where you could take the liners in and out, interchange them. And we were getting a lot of people, well, which one will I use today? Which one will I use tomorrow? So we said, well, let's make an app, let's do a thing. And then guess what? We had massive amounts of knowledge, but we had no data. We had no data. We had made millions and millions and millions of horse blankets, and we had no data. Now, we did get a thermal camera a few years ago, and we did do a testing to see where the actual heat was going from, and obviously it was going from the top. So then we introduced a thing called a thermal layer. Because, you know, if the more padding on top, less at the bottom, you save padding, you save weight, you save expenses, everything. But to actually know what is the temperature in there? We didn't know. So 2 years ago, last Christmas 2 years ago, I spent 2 weeks going out to the stable every few hours, taking a measurement. I had 3 or 4 little things, and we used that data to come up with, which is a reasonably good system, which we put in to our algorithm for the rug recommender. But I was really shocked to think that we had no data. And to get data was very difficult because you had to have all kinds of... So we decided we would make our own data. We would make our own sensor. So we actually set about designing our own sensor that would be robust enough robust enough and would work well enough to be left in a blanket for up to 2 years. And we are launching it now, this week, with Dover Saddlery in the USA. And we'll be launching it over the next few weeks with various partners throughout Europe. We are giving away 5,000 in the next 2 months, and if demand, we can bring in another 5,000. But we've built this we didn't build, we got a guy in Shenzhen to build it, but all the development, the app, everything's been done in-house. Some of the other things we've done that have been first, Micklin Bridle, first improvement in bridle design since Alexander the Great. Seriously. Ice Vibe, combining vibration therapy with cold, and we're now launching for that for humans. That's going to make the horse market look like a joke. When this thing goes out into the human market, that's going to be... we have used this vibration therapy for horse as well. So this is the... I got a bit ahead of myself here. This is the app that we developed for the rug recommender. You can take a photograph of your horse. You can put a rug on him, see if it'll suit him. It'll tell you where you can buy it, what it costs. Now the Horse Pal is basically the sensor here. What it does, comes in a little pouch like that, because we can't retrofit all the blankets that we've made in the room. This is here. You basically stand on it. It's not IP65, but it has one tiny little hole there because we need to get a humidity. It's got an on-off button. It's got a 5-year battery. And you just stick it in, you just stick this little hook that comes, you stick it inside the blanket. And you take a phone and it'll tell you, so I know, because I did it earlier, I know that temperature in the room here today is around 24, 25 degrees, and actually the humidity is quite low, it's only about 43%. So this, I call this is Teniente. So I can go into Teniente here now, and I can click on this graphs. I should really have all this up here, but hey. So I can go today, I can go yesterday, I can go the last 3 days, the last 7 days. And that give you temperature and humidity for the last 7 days. All this information is uploaded to the cloud. So with the sensor, you get a 1 year free access to our cloud. And on the cloud, you can go and you can look. So you're, let's say, in America, and your groom or your husband or whoever checks the horse today and just clicks and reads the 5 seconds later, you in the USA will get an email or a text, an email, to say that the sensor's been read and that everything's okay. Because you set parameters. Now, if the horse has been a little hot or too cold or whatever, it'll say, you know, the little thing, red thing will come up to say, and all of the readings will be on your phone. Now, you might say, well, what use is that? Well, actually, it's very, very useful because, you know, a lot of us are empirical. We've been at horses, we're doing horses. I just got back. I was in Argentina practicing my swing for the last 5 days, and then I did an endurance race in Uruguay. So we have a horse all the time, so we kind of know. But you know, a lot of my customers don't know. They weren't raised on a farm with 20 horses. They're housewives. They're you know, professional women. They're accountants. They only see the horse 4 times a week because it's kept somewhere. They will want to know that. But plus, it's a teaching tool, because after a while, you'll say, okay, that's it. And to be honest, even to this day, I'm not going to tell you for sure what is the exact temperature your horse should be at. But on this here, you can set the parameters. You can say, well, you can put what kind of ruggeds you got on. You can say, if you go into actually go into the horse, you get, this should be up here, yeah. But this will tell you all sorts of details about him. It'll tell you his breeding. It'll give you his what stable he's in, his name. You can put in his passport number, his RFID number, his breeding. You'll soon be able to have the vet or the farrier will actually send you a bill on this. Serious. It's because we decided that even though this was a pretty cool piece of kit, we decided to make it really sticky. To really make it sticky, we had to combine it with a database. Well, you can basically, this is a pointer as well. Oh. So basically you have, okay, you download the app and you start filling it in. You add a stable, then you can add a stable, then you can add another stable. You can add another stable if you want. I've got, here I have 7 stables and 29 horses. And you can put all of that detail into this. Now when we're finished this is going to be, and people are going to need this. They're going to use it like crazy. Because, okay, so let's say you had a horse last year and you got some x-rays. Where are they now? Well, you can put them in here. You can put them in here. You can put them in, excuse me, we have a bit of a cold here. You can put them in this area here. If you click that on this, it brings you down to documents. You can either put in scans or photographs. You have notifications. Hey, the horse needs to have his vaccination next week. But this is only 101. And the reason this is only 101 is because the IoT is a figment of people's imagination. IoT does not exist today. And I got up at a conference a couple of years ago and I said that. And I got eaten alive by what do you mean? The bottom line is, right now we have serious constraints in power and connectivity. But that is all about to change. In 5 years' time, those problems will be solved. And we'll be ready with all the sensors to take advantage of that. The next iteration of this will have a gyrometer, etc., a 9-axis sensor. It will be connected either by a global SIM, which Vodafone are now rolling out a low-powered global SIM, which will be low cost. It'll fit into this. And this will be connected directly 24/7 to the cloud. Now, there are things like Sigfox, LoRa, Zigbee available now. But they do not meet, I mean, LoRa, which is these low energy, whatever. They are not going to be available for, I'm going to say, 3 years. I believe that Vodafone and the phone companies they've finally woken up and smelled the coffee. They were missing a huge trick. And they're scrambling pretty quickly. So within the next 2 years, I would say, you'll have this on your horse. Now, once you have that, then you have a sensor that will send you an alarm. It will basically be able to send you information by exception. Now, when the parameters are between A and B, that's normal, acceptable. Now, but when it goes above A, you get an alarm. Say, look, hey, things are above A. Now, the really holy grail of all this thing then is to be able to go to the next step and it's a while away, and that's really because of the sensors. The sensors to be able to take accurate body temperature, accurate pulse, in a non-invasive way. Well, these guys from America probably have it sussed, but I'll talk to them later. But it's because if we can have a situation where you can know what is your horse's temperature, what's his activity level. In other words, did he sleep? Did he roll a lot? Did he cover 15k like he does every day? Like if your horse is in a field and you know every day he does 15k, wandering around eating or whatever, he lies down for 15 minutes or half an hour, he sleeps for 2 hours, and our algorithm will basically say that's a normal thing. It will establish that after, let's say, 5 days a week. And let's say today he doesn't sleep, or he lies down for 2 hours. Well, then there's something wrong. So it will basically warn you there is something wrong. There's something, I'd say, something different. Now, if we can get to a situation where you can measure pulse, respiration, and temperature reasonably accurately, and if you can triangulate those three things, and movement, then you will have a very, very clear view of your horse's activity, and you will be informed whenever it moves out of those parameters. Now, that's a while away, but it's coming. Thank you.